Oh, hello, wonderful Earthlings. Rise and shine for a fresh day as the merry gardener guides you through your morning wake-up. Join me on exploring the latest in gardening news and the wonders of nature. Medium latte, extra hot, episode 104. Okay, we got a spicy one for you today. Let's dive in. This is my favourite subject. Homeowners outrage after gardener announces £15 charge to pick up dog poo. Completely reasonable, people. It's not a gardener's job to pick up poo. This is my opinion anyway. Look. Okay, British gardener has announced like some revelation. He's doing an extra job. Why would you not charge for it? It's not his job, but he's doing it. My rule of thumb is refusal. Do not pick up poo, even if you're being paid for it, because once you start being paid, it's a catch-22 situation. Your idea for charging is that you're hoping your client will not want to pay, so they'll pick it up themselves. But what actually happens, they go, yeah, sure. They either go, yeah, sure, or you lose the client. And if you go, yeah, sure, then you're forever picking up dog poo. And I'm to be honest, that's not what a gardener wants to do. So refusal is better. So you either refuse to cut the grass or you just mow around the sneaky dog poos. And then it just looks rubbish. And then they go, my lawn looks rubbish. Why does it look rubbish? Oh, because I didn't pick up dog poo. Next time I'll pick up dog poo. I've had a client who's actually picked up the dog poo and said, would you mind coming back and just cutting over the kind of tufts of grass? I was like, yeah, I don't mind doing that, as long as I'm not cutting the old pooperami. I mean, you know, getting it on my hands and spraying it. Anyway, look, British gardener has announced the charge. £15 charge to pick up the dog poo after he explained he had been splattered by it while trimming a garden. We know it like that. It happens to all gardeners at one point in their career. A British gardener has announced a £15 charge to pick up dog poo after he... I swear they've written that 3 times. Splattered it while trimming the garden. One of the gardener's customers took to Mumsnet. Oh no, not Mumsnet. To ask if people felt the new charge was reasonable. Ooh, apparently, only I've heard from the women in my life, Mumsnet is a cesspit. We love all mums, but Mumsnet is a real kind of toxic place. This is what I've heard. I'm only reporting back. I'm not in there. I'm not allowed. I'm not a mum. To ask if people felt the new charge was reasonable. The homeowners also charged with homeowners also being charged £1 per minute after the first 15 minutes it took to clean up the poos mate. It's horrible. I've had to clip, the most I've counted clearing up dog poo wise is I've got to come over to this side. I've just realised, because I need to fit the thing in. I've counted about 60 dog poos, and I'd be tempted to charge £1 per dog poo, to be honest, if you really want to put them off, or if you want to lose the client. To be honest, if you lose a client that never picks up dog poo, it doesn't really matter, because we don't want those types of clients. They explained that in one previous incident, a homeowner had been asked to clean their garden before the gardener arrived. But when he began trimming, poo sprayed all over him. The post read, this follows an incident on Monday where they got dog poo sprayed all over them whilst trimming a garden that hadn't been poo picked, as previously requested before they started work. Oh, there's a nice picture of a sweet little doggy taking a little dump. They had to leave work to go home and shower as they splattered it all over their face. You do literally have to shower, because you don't know where else it's gone. You have to change all your clothes because it splats on your clothes and it just smells. It's gross, man. I have a little sore throat. The customer then asked members of the Popular Mums Forum to say whether they felt the new charge was reasonable. Why are you asking this? This is obvious. Of course it's reasonable. Members were asked to give 1 or 2 options. The first, which was you are being unreasonable. The second, which was you are not being unreasonable. They said the first would mean dog poo is an occupational hazard of gardening, and that's an outrageous price to charge for clearing it up. And the second would mean Fair enough. Dog poo's rank. I love that term, rank. And that's a reasonable price to charge for dealing with it before starting work. So far, 96 peoples, I think. 96 peoples of people on the forum have told the gardener who said he was happy to pick up the dog poo for a fee. Mate, don't do it. Any gardeners out there? No, not happy to pick it up. The whole point is you're trying to put them off. You don't want to pick it up. Why would you want to go to work as a gardener and your main job is picking up poo? No, refuse. He is not being unreasonable. He's definitely not being unreasonable, but he's not being wise. Many of the replies said that they felt sorry for the gardener. One reply read, people should absolutely pick up their dog poo. He arrives and should definitely be able to charge if he's still there and needs doing. How disgusting for him, the poor chap, getting it all over him. Okay, that was the end of the story. But I noticed on the bottom of this news report, this was in the paper, by the way, there were 3 other comments, and I thought one of them was quite, well, I'll show you it. So someone called Too Many Mutts. Shh, the dog owners, look away. Pretend they don't see their mutts fouling 1,000,000 times a day. The liquid stuff is just foul. And left to soak in there, they're everywhere. I tell you what, they are disgusting. And I don't know how how do you pick up them? It just splurches into the soil. It's just disgusting. You can't even get rid of that. Revet. R-E-vet. Revet. I don't know. For heaven's... Oh my God, what's going on here? This is... Okay, back button. Okay, here we go. For heaven's sake, just clear up the garden every day from dog... Sorry. Every day from dog poo bags are cheap and ready available. I get cat and dog poo in my garden. Just deal with it. This country is turning into a right wuss state. Well said, well said. Now, Johnny boy, he's got some interesting views. Cat poo is now the bigger problem. We need a law that all cats in public must be on a lead and accompanied by the owner with poo bags. Now, Johnny boy is slightly unreasonable. Have you ever owned a cat? And it's just unfeasible to have a cat on a lead. Cats are in and out all the time. Cats like going out at night, right? A lot of cats are nocturnal. They sleep in the day and they go out at night for their fun time and their exercise. You expecting me to go out at 3 in the morning and take my cat for a walk and just follow him around, catch him? No, mate, ain't happening, mate. If you're a cat owner, you know this. Cats are free roaming animals. The joy of a cat, to be honest, is they poo in everyone else's garden. They actually never poo in your own garden. So it's only annoying for other people, which is a bum. I know it's a bum. But generally, a lot of time they bury them, which is quite... Dogs don't do. A lot of the time cats will like dig a little hole, do a little poo, and then just chuck the mud back over. I know they do. They do it on lawns as well. They don't always bury. They kind of act like they're burying them, but they don't really. But I've got a cat. I've never seen cat poo in my garden. So it's someone else's problem. I know that's a pain, but that's nature. That's nature's way, people. I'm going to close this up. Central myself up. Okay, I hope everyone is having a wonderful day wherever they are, and the whole point of these little posts this morning is to provide a little bit of fun, a little bit of laughter, a little bit of positivity for everyone in the morning. Wake up, hear the Merry Gardener's message, have a little chuckle about whatever's going on around the world, nature and garden, blah blah blah. Anyway, have a great day and I'll see you on the morrow.